a lovely day to be here together. Look outside the window. Things are looking not too bad today. Welcome, here we go again. It's another English Addict live stream to help you improve your English live from the birthplace of the English language, which just happens to be England. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I really hope so. Here we are together again. Yes, we are now officially halfway through the week and also halfway through January 2020. Yes, it's Wednesday. I don't know about you, but I always feel excited when it's Wednesday, because it means we are even closer to Friday. And then, of course, the weekend. How has your week been so far? In fact, how has your January been? Or, I suppose I could say, how has 2020 been so far? Happy New Year, by the way. Is it too late to say that? When does it become too late to say Happy New Year? So here we are on the 15th of January 2020. Is it too late? Should I stop saying that? So when does it become too late to say Happy New Year? By the way, Happy New Year to those who I haven't said Happy New Year to yet. Wow, it's so complicated, this thing called life, isn't it really, when you think about it? Hey, guess what? I have a new feature coming today. At around about 2:30, 2:30 today, we have a brand new feature coming. I will be testing your grammar with a little game. That coming later on. So don't go away. Don't click off. Don't go and watch those TikTok videos. I know what you are doing there. You think I can't see you, but I can. I know exactly what you are doing. I know where you are clicking right now. I have a friend in Russia who gives me all the information. Really? Is that what she's doing at the moment? I can't believe you are doing that. How dare you? Here we go then. I hope you are having a super week. The big question is, who was first on the live chat? Yes, you are more than welcome to chat live with me. So hello to Sweetness Mitra. Guess what? You are first on today's live chat. Isn't it exciting? We are all here together once again on the internet. What was that? I have no idea. Flower Espoir, hello to you as well. Oh, I can see you there watching me. What are you having? You're having... Oh, that looks very tasty. What are you eating? Well, that looks very nice. Lilia, oh Lilia, have you seen Lilia? Yes, I have, because you are here right now. Hello, Lilia. Thank you for your company today and also for your lovely little wave on Facebook earlier on. I saw you there waving to me on Facebook. See? I know everything. I know exactly what you are doing at the moment. Anna Kobe, hello Palmyra, Cecilia, Also, we have, Belarusia. Hello, Belarusia. By the way, thank you very much for all of your lovely messages concerning my mother. She is still in hospital, not doing very well, unfortunately. So I will be going to see her. In fact, tomorrow I'm hoping to go and see my mother in hospital. Hello, Maria. Watching in Tuscany. Ooh, yes. I wonder what the weather is like there at the moment. Because in certain parts of the world, the weather is crazy. Did you see that huge volcano that is erupting at the moment in the Philippines? Also, they are having snow in northern Pakistan. But not just a little bit of snow. They're having lots and lots of snow. And already, tragically, some people have lost their lives. So a big hello to Pakistan. Lots of snow falling there. Fortunately, good news for those watching in Australia. Certain parts of Australia are going to get lots of rain over the next few hours. So I'm sure a lot of people will feel very glad to hear that news. Hello, Christian Fisher. Nice to see you here today. For those wondering what it is, well, this is a live stream. I do it every Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. I am here for those who are interested in learning the English language. Maybe you have been learning English for a few months. Perhaps you are looking for some new motivation to help encourage you with your English studying. Maybe you want to practice your listening skills. A very good chance for you to do that right now because I am talking to you live on YouTube. And yes, I am definitely live. I don't know how I can prove it, but I really am live at 14 minutes past 2 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon. Shall we have a look outside? Because the weather is quite nice. So let's have a look in the garden, shall we? Here we go. Oh, so that is now a live view in the garden looking outside. You can see the birds are looking very hungry today. Can you see the birds landing on my various bird feeders? They look very hungry. There isn't much food around at the moment, mainly due to the fact that it's still winter. So there aren't many insects for the birds to eat. So that's the reason why they are coming into the garden, looking very hungry, in fact. You might say they are feeling rather peckish. So there it is, the view outside. It's a nice day. To be honest with you, it doesn't feel like winter. It really doesn't. And can you hear the lovely sounds as well? I thought I would share some of the outdoor sounds with you today. Isn't that nice? So you can see the birds are very active at the moment. They are busily feeding in my back garden. So lots of things to come. Also an excerpt from one of my full English lessons coming later on. Also a little bit of news. I will tell you now that my website is coming together rather nicely. Ooh. So I'm trying to do lots of things at the moment. Besides doing this, I'm also visiting my mother in hospital, and also I am constructing my new website. So lots of things going on at the moment from where I am standing. Today we are talking about one or two subjects. I like to discuss things sometimes. If you have a subject that you want to talk about, you are more than welcome to do so. However, something I want to mention straight away. Have you ever been tempted to get involved with a get-rich-quick scheme? You know what I'm talking about. At the moment on YouTube, there are lots of people like this guy telling you that you can get rich really quickly just by following a few ways of creating business, or maybe you have to pay a little bit of money to get some information on how to get rich quickly. So there are a lot of people on YouTube at the moment. You may have noticed there are many commercials with people telling you how to get rich, or I suppose more honestly, they are not actually telling you how to get rich. They are saying that they can help you, but they give you no information. Because eventually, at some point, they are going to ask you for money. And this is one of the problems with get-rich-quick schemes. It always seems like a great thing. Yes, you can get rich quickly. Come on. All you have to do is send me $20 and I will give you all the information. This happens a lot. There are many schemes out there that you have to be very careful of. If you get involved with them, quite often you will have to spend a lot of money. And at the end, you might make nothing. You might make no money whatsoever. So that is a big problem, I think, at the moment. I've noticed on YouTube over the past couple of weeks, there are many people now on YouTube saying, hey, are you sick of your 9-to-5 job? Guess what? I can help you. I can help you cut off. I can help you get away from the rat race. Come on, get rich quickly. All you have to do is follow this advice. Click on my lovely link and I will give you all the information. But of course, when you click on the link, you have to pay for the information. So it is rather misleading. As I always say, if something seems too good to be true, quite often it is. That's it. So if someone promises you something that seems too good to be true, quite often it is. The same goes for English. There are many people on YouTube now promising to teach you English in just a few hours. No, don't do it. Please. They can't teach you English in a few hours. It takes maybe 2 or 3 years to get really, really good at English. So not a few minutes, not a few hours, a few months, and then maybe a couple of years to become proficient at English, but not a few hours. They are lying to you. Hello, Maria. Maria, the weather here in the middle of Italy is wet and cloudy. We've had a lot of rain. However, today it isn't looking too bad. It's looking rather nice, in fact, outside. Look at that. It's a little bit breezy. We had a big storm hit the UK earlier this week. So we had Storm Brendan at the start of the week, and today we have, I suppose you could call it the tail end of Storm Brendan. So it is still a little windy, however, there is no rain. No rain today, I'm happy to report to you. I received an interesting comment during one of my recent live streams, and this is something I want to address very briefly. Someone said to me on the live chat, they said, Mr. Duncan, I think you are a bit of a misanthrope. A misanthrope. What is a misanthrope? A person who is a misanthrope is a person with a strong dislike or any aversion to other people and quite often avoids human society. So the society of other human beings. A misanthrope is someone who often avoids social activities, being around many people. They will often stay indoors. Now, I would describe myself maybe as I'm a semi-misanthrope. So I'm not 100%. But sometimes people do get on my nerves. I'm sure you have the same problem as well. Sometimes people can be really annoying. Maybe a neighbour, maybe a relative, maybe a friend. maybe a complete stranger who you don't know can be just as annoying as someone you know well. Have you noticed that? So I think from my own point of view, I am semi-misanthropic. I am not a 100% misanthrope, okay? But sometimes, yes, people do get on my nerves, and quite often I will prefer to be alone or maybe watching television with Mr. Steve. So I don't hate every human on the planet. For example, Mr. Steve, he's a great guy, a super person, and of course you are super as well, because you are here now enjoying this. So I know that I am not everyone's cup of tea. Some people say, Mr. Duncan, we can't stand you. Why are you doing this in such a strange way? I can't help it. It is just the kind of guy I am. Here are two interesting words that I want to show you very briefly. Subjective and objective. Now, this is something I wanted to do on Sunday. Unfortunately, I became so distracted by Mr. Steve, I forgot to do it, for which I apologise. So something that is subjective normally refers to a thing or a subject, as it suggests. So something that is subjective might be the way a person sees something, or maybe one person's view of a thing is different from another person's. So something that is subjective, a person's own point of view, or maybe the way they see something is subjective, a very subjective thing. For example, you might say that humour is subjective. Not everyone finds the same thing funny. Some people will laugh at a certain joke, whilst other people will not. Subjective. Objective, quite often, is related to something you plan to do, or maybe your aim, something you see in the distance, something you see ahead, your objective, the thing that you want to do, the thing you want to grasp or gain, your objective. What is your objective? What do you plan to do with your life? So quite often your objective is the thing that you are looking ahead or focused on, something you intend to do, your objective, the thing you aim for. Perhaps you are aiming to improve your English. Really? Maybe. So get rich quick. Have you ever been tempted to take part in a scheme or join a group of people, or maybe to take advice from an individual who promises to bring you lots of wealth? However, at the end of it, you find that all you've done is given your money away, and you have nothing, or you have less than you started out with. So this can be a big problem. It really can. Lilia says your garden looks and sounds very peaceful. It is quiet here today, and the reason is because around here at the moment it is very wet, so no one is doing anything in their gardens. So that's probably the reason why it's so quiet round here at the moment. Your garden is very peaceful. I love it. Thank you very much. The birds seem to like the garden very much. Could you hear the birds singing earlier? Yes, I quite like it. I like the sound of the birds, especially first thing in the morning. Sweetness asks about my mother. My mother, unfortunately, is still in hospital, not doing too well. So that is a situation that is still ongoing, unfortunately. Hello, Rakesh. Hello, Pedro. Flags of the world. I was accused the other day of missing Hungary out of my flags of the world. So a little video that I show sometimes, especially when Pedro wants it. So I show a little video normally with the flags of the world. However, on Sunday, someone said, Mr. Duncan, you have missed out Hungary. Can I just assure you that Hungary is in the flags of the world. It is, definitely. I checked, in fact. I am very suspicious of people who promise to make you rich. Thank you, Christina. This is a trend that has returned, especially here on YouTube. You will see lots of videos. Normally people in the United States saying, "Hi guys, I'm an American," which means I'm really cool. Come on guys, are you sick of working 9 to 5? Do you wish you could break away from the rat race? Well, guess what? I have some great ideas for you. All you have to do is buy all of my books, all of my DVDs, and send me lots of money. And then I will tell you how to get rich. The only person getting rich is the person making the promises. That's what I think anyway. If something seems too good to be true, quite often it is. That's what I say anyway. Hello, Maria. Hello also to El Khoury. Hello, El Khoury. Hello to you. Morocco. Oh, now I would imagine that the rain is not around at the moment in Morocco. I would imagine it's quite nice there at the moment, I think. That is a place I would like to visit one day. I've always wanted to go to Morocco. Hello, Rakesh. Hello also to Viet Tran. Hello to you. Nice to see you here as well. Noemi. I like you a bit. I like you to be a bit misanthropic, but not in my English world. Oh no, of course. No, I could never be like that here, because I love doing this. So just like everyone, we all have places or situations where we feel comfortable. So I have them, you have them, everyone has them. However, there are certain situations that I feel uncomfortable in. So normally involving lots of people. So I'm not a very comfortable person when it comes to being around lots of people. Hello, Maria again. Augustina. Augustina, hello to you. Thank you for joining me today on the live chat. So a little game we'll be playing shortly, a new feature on my live stream. And I've been asked by many people if I can have some little quizzes. So today I am doing something called Grammar Llama Ding Dong. That is the name of the feature. And there will be lots of questions about certain words and also the use of them in certain sentences. So that's what we are doing today for the first time. If you like it, I will do it again. If you don't like it, then, well, I might go into the back garden and cry. I might do that. Hello, Theo. In any case, Mr. Duncan, everyone is free to live his or her life as he or she desires, no matter what others believe. So I respect your way of living. Thank you, Theo. That's very kind of you to say. I often get the feeling, I have a feeling, a very strange and slightly satisfying feeling that many people who watch me are quite open-minded, quite tolerant, I suppose. So that's nice. Hello also to Louis Mendez. Hello, Luis Mendez. By the way, I was sorry to hear that you were feeling unwell a few days ago. So I hope you are feeling much better, Luis. Luis Mendez, watching in France. And lots of news coming out of France at the moment concerning the major disruption caused by the strikes. It would appear that the latest group of people are now doctors. So doctors are now joining in with the protests in France. Hello also to Victoria. Hello, Victoria. Can you please say hello to Brazil? Hello, Brazil. Nice to see you here today on the live stream. Don't forget, you are always welcome to get in touch with me. You can always like. Yes, give me a super duper like right now. Go on, hit that little button. Hit that button and like this stream. And then maybe my smile will become so big, so wide, that my head will flip open like a book. Hello, Alice Nar. Hello also to Isabel. Hello to everyone watching today. If you want to get in touch, you are more than welcome. Please send me an email. You can also get in touch with me through Facebook. And if you want to send a donation to allow my work to continue forever and ever, you can. That was nice. I was just having a drink of water there. Excuse me. Very nice. So I suppose it would be a good opportunity now, as we are almost halfway through today's live stream, to mention the new feature. So this is something that I've decided to do, something that I hope will be fun, something that I hope you will also enjoy quite a lot. It is something that will be a regular feature if you like it. If you don't, then I won't do it anymore. So welcome to a new feature that I call Grammar Llama Ding Dong. Take a deep breath. It's okay, Mr. Duncan. It's okay. You can do it. You can do it. Ooh, there you are. Grammar Llama Ding Dong. So, today we are going to look at some words, and I'm going to give you some examples of sentences. All you have to do is tell me what the missing words are. So here is the choice of questions and words. I will give you the words first, okay? So the first word, quiet, quiet as an adjective. The second, quiet as a noun. Ooh. The third word, quietly. Now this is used as an adverb. Quieten, quieten. This also is a verb. And finally, as an adjective, we use quieter. So those are the words, but what are the sentences? So I will show you the first sentence. Here it comes now on your screen. As if by magic. Are you ready? Here it comes right now. There it is. So there is a sentence. He is the pupil in the classroom. So which one is it? Is it quiet? Is it quietly? Is it quieten? Is it quieter? Which one is it? Which one is it? And the other choice is quietest, which I can't find at the moment. I think I've dropped it on the floor. That's a good start, isn't it? So there it is. So which one is it? He is the pupil in the classroom. I suppose there might be two ways of answering this, in fact. There might be actually two ways of answering this. So let's see what answers we have. Oh, yes. Very good. Quite a few people are answering the question. Very good. Hello, Lewis. Thank you also to Vlad, Maria, also Sweetness, Flower Espoir. So I suppose technically this could have two answers. There are two possible answers for this missing word. He is the pupil in the classroom. But what is it? We are using quiet as the root word. So what is it? Quite a few people are leaving their guesses. Mog, also Anna Kobe, Flower Espoir, Christina. Also we have Tanetra, also Cecilia. Well done. Quite a few people are leaving very good answers. Now, I suppose there are two possible answers to this. Now, you could say he is the quieter pupil in the classroom. And also you could say quietest, the quietest. So you could be quieter, he is the quieter pupil in the classroom. So that means of all the people in the classroom, he is one of the quietest. So he is the quieter pupil in the classroom. Out of all of the class, he is the quieter one. So some are noisy and some are not so noisy. Also, we can have quietest as well. We can also say quietest as well. So there is the first one. And I suppose we'll have another one. Would you like another one? Okay, it's Grammar Llama Ding Dong. She gave her speech with something confidence. Which one is it? Is it quieter, quiet, quietly, quieten? Which one is it? She gave her speech with something confidence. Could we say he is the quiet pupil in the classroom? You could actually say that, yes. You could describe a person using an adjective as well. You could say they are the quiet pupil. So he is the quiet pupil. So if you are saying yes as an adjective to describe what they are like, yes, he is the quiet student. I think that's also a good one as well. So yes, there are quite a few that you can use. So let's have a look at that again, shall we? He is the quiet pupil in the classroom. Yes, I think that's also acceptable. The quietest pupil in the classroom, and he is the quieter pupil in the classroom. So yeah, thanks a lot for that. Pretty good. She gave her speech with what confidence? Jamelia, thank you very much. Also Marwa. I am going to be slow here with the answer because last week I noticed that one or two people have a little bit of a delay. So I won't give the answer too quickly because I want you to guess. And some people have very slow internet. So I'm going to do it slowly so I don't give the answer away before you've seen the question, because then it makes it all quite pointless. She gave her speech with quiet confidence. She gave her speech with quiet confidence. So you are describing the way she did it. So her confidence was shown, but she did it quietly. She gave her speech with quiet confidence. So she didn't show her confidence. She did it with quiet confidence. So if you do something with quiet confidence, it means you are not expressing it clearly or you are not showing it. It is not obvious. Quiet confidence. I think that's quite a good one. I enjoyed that one. They moved something from room to room, searching for the escaped prisoner. They moved something from room to room, searching for the escaped prisoner. But which one is it? They moved something from room to room, searching for the escaped prisoner. Just waiting for the answers to come through, because sometimes it can be very slow on the internet when you are watching. They moved from room to room, searching for the escaped prisoner. By the way, it wasn't me, for those who are wondering. Hello, Hai Li Kwang. Thank you very much for your answer. Also, we have Maria Alsnaya. I'm sure I've pronounced your name wrong. Hello, Henan. Hello also to Vlads. Hello, Vlad. Nice to see you here as well. They moved something. Now we are describing the way they did it. So you might also say that they are doing it in a certain way. They moved quietly. They moved quietly from room to room, searching for the escaped prisoner. They moved quietly. They didn't make a sound. They did it in a quiet way. They moved quietly. So in that sense, we are using an adverb. You did it quietly. Shh. I suppose another one you could use is silently. So they moved silently from room to room. They moved quietly from room to room. So yes, I suppose you could use that as well. Congratulations to everyone who had the right answer. Oh, quite a few. So quieter isn't correct. No, quietly. They moved quietly. That's how they did it. They moved quietly. I suppose you could use quieter if you were saying they did it less noisy than they did earlier. So then you are comparing one event with another. But in this sense, we are using quietly. Another one now. Ooh, this is interesting. This is something they used to say to me in China when I arrived in the studio, or in the, should I say, the classroom. Oh, very interesting. The pupils are much something now you are here. They are much something now you are here. The pupils are much now you are here. But what? Something smoothly. Something that is happening without making a noise. The pupils are much. What? One of the things that people do sometimes, I've noticed even British English writers and spellers make this mistake. They often spell the word quiet incorrectly. They quite often put an E at the end. But there isn't an E at the end of quiet. So what is the answer to the question? Noemi, thank you very much. Sweetness Mitra, also Lewis, Anakobi, Vlad, Christina Jackson. The pupils are much what? Now you are here. They are much quieter. The pupils are much quieter now you are here. So they were noisy, now they are behaving quieter. So you are describing how the classroom is behaving. And of course that would be an adjective. Quieter. Something is quieter. People are behaving quieter. The pupils are much quieter now you are here. Quieter. So earlier they were noisy, but now they are much quieter. I remember sometimes I would go into the classroom and the students would be very noisy. They would make a lot of noise in the classroom, and I would have to ask them to be silent or to be quiet before my class would begin. So it did happen a lot. Here's another one. Are you ready? Grammar llama ding dong. I need you all to be what, or else someone will know we are here. I need you all to be what, or else someone will know we are here. Mr. Duncan, how do you spell girls? Well, that's a strange question. Alamgir, I don't know. I don't know how I spell girls. Maybe there are other ways of describing a girl, but G-I-R-L-S is how you spell girls. Hello also to Netra. So here it is. I need you all to be what, or else someone will know we are here. I need you all to be quiet. Quiet. So please be quiet. I need you all to be quiet, or else someone will know we are here. So to be quiet is to be silent, to make no noise, to make no sound, to do something without other people knowing you are there. Sometimes you have to be quiet, or else someone will know you are there. Quiet. Thank you very much. A lot of people giving the right answer there. Well done. Good one. If you are enjoying this, please let me know. If you don't like it, also please let me know. Here's another one. It is what? Very what? It is very something in here tonight. Where is everyone? It is very in here tonight. Where is everyone? It is very I will wait for you to catch up. It's almost like a betting game. I love it. Thank you, Lilia. Of course, there is no betting. There is no money to win, unfortunately. However, it is a good chance to improve your listening and also your grammar at the same time. It is very what in here tonight? Where is everyone? We are describing the actual atmosphere of the room. We are using it as a noun. It is very quiet. You are describing everything around you. Maria, Maria. I'm saying hello to Maria. Well done. It is quiet in here. Yes, it is very quiet in here tonight. Where is everyone? You are describing the way the room is. You are naming the sensation that you are feeling from the room. I suppose you could also use silent. It is very silent in here tonight. It is very quiet in here tonight. Another one? Would you like another one? Okay. The teacher tried her best to what the pupils, but they took no notice. The teacher tried her best to what the pupils. An interesting word here, by the way. The teacher tried her best to something the pupils, but they took no notice. What did she do? What did the teacher do? What did the teacher do when the pupils were noisy? The teacher tried her best to do something. The teacher tried her best to... Here comes the answer. Are you ready for the answer? Place your bets now. Thank you to Marwa Jamelia. Thank you also to Abdal Azim. A lot of people answering this one. Oh, well done. Pretty good. Yes, this is one that might confuse a lot of people. Even native English speakers might get confused by this one. The teacher tried her best to the pupils, but they took no notice. The answer is ding, quieten. Very interesting. Used as a verb. So you are trying to get the class, you are trying to get your pupils to be silent or to be quiet. So what you are actually doing is trying to quieten. You are quieten. You're actually trying to quieten the pupils. It's a great way of describing something. Quieten. It doesn't actually sound like a real word, does it? Quieten. So you want the pupils to be quiet, so you quieten them. Another good example, I suppose, is hard and soft. So if something is too soft, then you harden it. You need to harden it. And if something is too hard, then you need to soften it. Quieten. Quieten. And we normally use that as a verb. You are doing the thing. You are trying to get them to be quiet. Another one coming now. Are you ready? Ooh. It's the something I've ever known it to be in here. It's the something I've ever known it to be in here. I really wish I printed this out. It's really annoying. So I was printing some of these things out earlier and I didn't print out the final one. So I wonder if I can print it out now. Let's have a look, shall we? Ooh, I might be able to. Ooh, yes. Ooh. So if I get my keyboard, this gives you an idea of how my brain works sometimes. So let me just see if I can actually print this out. Ooh. If this works, I will be so pleased. If this works, I will be so pleased. Here we go. Wow. Isn't this exciting? Wow. I think it's going to work. Yeah! It's the something I've ever known it to be in here. Where is everyone? Excuse me, I have to go into the basement. Oh yes, look at that. I've done it. I managed to print it out. You see, you could tell this is live. It's definitely live. It is the something I've ever known it to be in here. Where is everyone? But what is the answer? What is the answer? Quite a few people are leaving their answers. The answer is ding, quietest. It is the quietest I've ever known it to be in here. It is the quietest. The quietest. So you are saying that you've never heard it or you've never experienced such silence before in that particular place. So in that place, it is the quietest I've ever known it to be in here. Where is everyone? It is the quietest. The quietest. So you are saying the extreme of something. So if it was very noisy in there, you would say it is the loudest I've ever known it to be in here. So maybe there is loud music playing and maybe you can't stand it. So you will say it's the loudest I've ever heard it in here. Or the opposite, it is the quietest I've ever heard it to be in here. The quietest. So I hope that was fun. We have, two more. We have two more on our list. It is much something in here than it was last night. It is much what in here than it was last night. It is much in here than it was last night. We could also say noisiest. Yes, noisiest. Sweetness Mitra. Guys and girls, please press the like for this amazing live stream. Thank you, Sweetness. Yes, you are more than welcome to press like and subscribe. There it is. Like and subscribe. Ding. You know what you know what I would think? You know what I think would be a good idea here on YouTube, actually, would be to have a sort of similar thing to Periscope, where you can actually give votes and then they appear on the screen. I think that's a good idea, actually. So I've always wondered why they don't do that, why they don't actually let you vote. And then the votes will appear on the screen whilst you are live streaming. Very similar to what they do on Periscope. Let's also have a look at the next one. Here it comes. Once again, it is much something in here than it was last night. It is much what in here than it was last night. But what is the answer? Ooh. Hello, Guadalupe. Hello, just to greet everyone and give my like. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Vinraj. Hello, Vinraj. It is much in here than it was last night. What is the answer? The answer is quieter. It is much quieter in here than it was last night. Much quieter. So last night, maybe it was noisy. Maybe the music was playing loudly. But tonight it is not as noisy. It is quieter in here than it was last night. So you are comparing one thing with another. So I am comparing the noise tonight to how it was last night. It is much quieter. Quieter. And there is the word. Quieter. Hello also to Jamelia. Thank you very much for your answer. Thank you very much. That's very nice. A lot of lovely comments today on the live chat and also the live stream. And I think we will have one more. Shall we have one more? Okay, one more. The children are always noisy at first, but they will something later. The children are always noisy at first, but they will something later. But what will they do later? What will they do? The children are always noisy at first, but they will be, or they will, something later. What will they be? I will give you a few moments to give your answer. Thank you, Cecilia. Thank you, Christina. Marwa, nice to see you here as well. Thank you also to Elokri or Elkori. Hello, Elkori. Thank you very much. Dang Nam. Thank you very much for your answer as well. Sweetness. Noemi, Anakobi. But what is the correct answer? What is the correct answer? The children are always noisy at first, but they will something later. What will they do? They will quieten. They will quieten once again. So they will quieten later. Don't worry. They are noisy at the moment, but later they will quieten. They will quieten. So they will start to stop talking. They will begin to become silent and quiet. They will quieten later. I always think this looks very strange when you see it written down, because it doesn't look like a real word, but it is quieten. You quieten something. You make something become quieter. We can also say, but they will be quieter later. The children are always noisy at first, but they will be quieter later. So that is another one you can use. But in this sense, we are using quieten. They will quieten later. They will become quiet. I love your grammar quiz. Thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed that. So that is something I will do from time to time, especially during the week. We will have a little quiz to test you on your grammar. And I've decided to call this thing, for some reason, I've decided to call it Grammar Llama Ding Dong. So we will do this again sometime next week, or maybe even on Friday. Oh, is that a good idea? I hope so. I hope you enjoyed that. Something a little bit different. Hello also to Lena. I have missed something, so I made a mistake. Don't worry, you can always watch this again later on. There is a current trend at the moment on YouTube. I don't know if you've noticed, but there are a lot of people promising to make you rich very quickly. Is it possible to become rich quickly by taking up one of these schemes? I know nowadays a lot of people have decided to become sellers on Amazon, for example. But the problem is everyone is now doing it. So there isn't really that much money to be made now than maybe a couple of years ago. And I always think this is the problem with something that becomes popular. It becomes popular and then everyone does the same thing. And because of that, there is not so much money to go around. So you can't make as much money as you could have made a couple of years ago. So I think it is a little misleading. That's the word. Hello, no name. Way off in the deep end, like usual. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure you will try to explain it as best you can. So if someone offers you something, if they say, come on, join my scheme, you can get rich really quickly. Do you think it's real? Do you think it's true? As I always say, if it seems too good to be true, quite often it is. I like that music, by the way. That music is now playing in my head over and over again. I can't get rid of it. I can't believe it. Thanks a lot for your company today, by the way. Thank you also to Christina. Thank you also to Vinraj. Nice to see you back here again today. I will be with you, of course, on Friday. Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. You can catch me here live on YouTube. Don't forget that. I am here all the time. Hello also to... Oh, Rolfie. I'm sorry, Rolfie. I missed you today. But there you are, right now. Great exercise to improve our English. Yes, I hope so. I hope you enjoyed it. It's the first time I've tried it. I wasn't sure if you would like it or not, but I always try my best. Hello to everyone who has joined me. Thanks a lot for your lovely company. If you want to see my YouTube videos, by the way, I have lots and lots of videos on my YouTube channel. And now I'm going to show you an example of one of my lessons. This is an excerpt from Full English number 26. We will have a look at it right now. Can you see what I'm standing inside? This is something you will see a lot on a countryside walk here in England. This is a type of gate that is used on public footpaths in rural areas. It is called a kissing gate. You will often see them around the edges of farmland where a public footpath comes into a farmer's field. The shape of a kissing gate means that only one person can go through at any time. The gate will not open right out, thus preventing livestock such as sheep from escaping. The gate is closed off on both sides. This is because of the shape of the enclosure. It is normally semicircular or square in shape. The gate touches or kisses each side of the enclosure, which gives this gate its name. It is a kissing gate. It allows people to pass through whilst keeping the farmer's livestock enclosed in the field. Can you see what I have here? This is string. It is a useful item for tying things up with. You tie things with string. You tie up something to keep it in place or to bind things together. The word string can also be used in other ways too. As a phrasal verb, you can use the word string to mean lead someone on by making them believe something that's not true. You string them along. You are stringing them along. You are cheating them. To fool someone into believing something that's untrue is string along. I don't believe a word of what you're saying. You are just stringing me along. As a verb, to string up means to hang something with a rope. To execute a person by hanging them by their neck is to string up. Then there is the phrase highly strung, which means to be oversensitive and easily upset. A highly strung person tends to overreact to things. He has a reputation for being highly strung, so be careful what you say. It's time to take a look at another buzzword. A buzzword is a word or phrase used frequently during a certain period or for a certain reason. Today's buzzword is Millennial. The word millennial can be used as an adjective or noun. In its general term, the word refers to a period of 1,000 years. For example, a millennial cycle, which relates to the time something takes to complete or come round again. Then there is the more modern use, which is a person who will reach young adulthood during the early 21st century. A person who will be a young adult in the early 2000s can be described as a millennial. We often hear about millennial trends and millennial habits concerning young adults in today's society. The adjective describes the person, while the noun refers to the status. Young adults in the early 21st century are millennials. The needs of the average millennial tend to be technology-based. Social media sites often find it hard to keep up with the demands of the millennial user. Are you a millennial? This particular buzzword is often used when discussing the needs and requirements of the current and the next generation of young adults. Here are a couple of words that sound alike but have very different meanings. The words are allowed and allowed. They share the same phonetics, but their definitions are completely dissimilar. First of all, the word allowed means to do something audibly. That is to say that something is done that can be heard. For example, not in a low whisper, but in a voice that can be heard. The thing in question is being done aloud. He read the letter aloud for all to hear. The word allowed is an adverb. It describes how something is being done. Then there is allowed, which is a verb that means to give permission or to consent to something. You allow something to happen. It is allowed. One person has allowed another person to do something. The sign says, "No ball games allowed." I'm sorry, but no one is allowed in this room. On a side note, to allow also means to put aside something, so something else can be done. I will allow a couple of hours this afternoon for a rest. To consider something or to keep something in mind is also allow. You must allow for delays before starting your journey. And very soon you will be able to follow all of my lessons on my new website, which is coming in the next couple of weeks. Oh my goodness, it's true, I'm not joking. There will be a new website. I am at the moment creating it. It is taking a lot of work and effort because I'm doing it all on my own. I'm not getting any help whatsoever, so I'm having to do it by myself. Thank you also to Rolfie today, who says, I hope you make another English quiz like this, but with prepositions. Yes, prepositions are another fascinating part of the English language. The position, the place where something is, how it is positioned. Prepositions, they are quite fun to look at. I think so. I love your kissing gate, Mr. Duncan. Yes, that particular kissing gate that you saw in the video is just at the back of my house. It's not very far away from where I live, so it's very nearby. This week we said goodbye to something. Do you know what we said goodbye to this week? We said a sad, fond farewell to Windows 7. Sadly, we had to say goodbye to Windows 7 this week. I have a laptop that has Windows 7 installed in it, and it works really well, but now it keeps telling me that I have to buy a new computer, unfortunately. So now I keep being told that I have to buy a new computer, and I suppose the sound that I would hear would be sort of like this. Yeah, like that. That's it. That's the one. I used to hate on Windows 7 and also the earlier versions of Windows, whenever you made a mistake, if you clicked the wrong thing, it would always go boom, boom. I used to hate that sound very much. I really hated it. Today's live stream is very quiet. I agree with you. Where is everyone? Now, I can only assume that once more, people are not being informed or told about my live stream. So I am a little surprised, to be honest. I don't know why. I said goodbye to Windows 7. That is my problem. Thank you, Christina. Yes, I always thought that Windows 7 was quite good. However, the one I miss, the operating system that I really loved on my computer was Windows Vista. Who remembers Windows Vista? I love Windows Vista. Sadly, it disappeared. And then we had Windows, I think it was Windows 8, which was a disaster. And then they had Windows 10. So in between those things, we had Windows 7. So a lot of people are still running Windows 7 on their PC. However, unfortunately, I have had to update my computer that I bought a couple of years ago. That runs Windows 7 Professional. But my poor little laptop that I've had for around 10 years, unfortunately, there will be no more updates for Windows 7. So sadly, we had to say a fond farewell to Windows 7 on our computers this week. So what operating system do you use? Have you been caught out by the change? There's one thing I know. I am not buying a new laptop. I will keep my old laptop. So if it doesn't work properly, well, that's it really. Oh, Windows XP. Yes, Windows XP was another one that was very popular. A lot of people are still running Windows XP. Can you believe it? But it's true. So I remember Windows 2000 as well. Does anyone remember Windows 2000? I don't think anyone remembers it, to be honest, because it didn't do very well. Windows Vista, a lot of people said they don't like that one. Oh, I see. Well, I think Windows XP was one that a lot of people did not want to get rid of. But now we have to run Windows 10. So for those who haven't got it, so for those who are still running Windows 7 on their computers, you have to update to the latest operating system or buy a new computer. I don't think so. Alamgir, Windows 7 is quite professional and very fast. Yes, I agree. I always liked Windows 7. I always thought it was a very good operating system. What do you suggest to buy? Me? Oh dear, I can't give you that sort of advice. I wouldn't describe myself as a computer expert. However, on the computer I'm using now, to broadcast to you now, I'm using Windows 10 Professional. But that's because I have no choice. Because of the software that I'm running on my computer, you have to have the high-end operating system, unfortunately. If something is high-end, it means it is designed for professionals, or it uses a lot more technology, or it has many more features. So I am using the high-end Windows 10. But that's only because of the operating system and also the software that I'm running in my computer. Thank you very much for your company. I am going in a moment, but I will be back on Friday. There you can see the time, 2 p.m. UK time, Sunday, Wednesday and Friday. Thank you very much for your company. I will be going soon, unfortunately. I have a lot of things to do today, a lot of things going on at the moment in my life away from YouTube, sadly. But I will be back with you on Friday. Is that a deal? Shall we make it a date? Okay, no problem. Rolfie says it would be great if people could upgrade their brains. If only we could do that. Maybe in the future we will be able to put little cards or maybe have a little input on the side of our head that we can actually install information directly into our brains. Wouldn't that be nice? I think so. I hope I have been successful in installing some information into your brains today on the English Addict live stream. See you later. Thanks, Christina. Thanks, Rolfie. Thank you to Jamelia. Thank you also to Hailey Kwang. Thanks a lot to Lilia. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much to your company. I always appreciate it, especially at the moment. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thanks for watching today. See you on Friday, 2 p.m. UK time. And of course, until the next time we meet here on YouTube, ta-ta for now.